Who knew that a trip to Egypt would actually confirm that the information you get within is more real than anything other people have, talked about? Hi, I'm Nicole. I'm a philosopher of infinity, and that just means that I am a lover of wisdom and also exploring everything, the universe and each person and myself and all the layers. I recently made a class and I'm very excited to share that. It's a pre recorded class all about our relationship with symbols and myths and how we as a society, not a society, all societies are quite toxic to ourselves and we continually perpetuate. I've designed that class to show you kind of the roots of it, like what is actually going on, the mechanics of infinity. And then I take you to Egypt and I talk about my Egypt trip. And then I show you some templates of how you can be the change that you want to see if you want to change this in our external reality, because you can. So anyway, back to the trip. So I noticed, and I'm going to give you some previews. You can kind of see a little bit of that second part in the class. On that trip, I noticed that I already knew this, but I noticed that all the information that people see, it was like a confirmation, is quite limited based on their culture or what is fed to them. There is no exploration. Like there's just no exploration with what I've grown up with. And the best was going to the museum. I was laughing my head off because there are so many things where people, especially like Ancient Aliens and a lot of the conspiracy things and that Gaia channel thing, when they talk about this stuff, the images they have are very like, it's like for being so passionate to prove themselves or whatever, they don't even take what humans have created and actually explored and created from their explorations. Like they've explored infinity, it's their interpretation. And if you're gonna recycle and do counterfeit kind of versions of stuff, at least look at all of it. That museum is not even the new one that I went to, it's the older one, and it's packed full of stuff. And I got to see the things that they wrote, like those pixelated pictures that they show of ancient Egypt stuff. And it's not even the most ancient. It's like recent kind of, because they have so many eras. And just walking around Cairo, it's the same thing. You can feel the layers, you can feel the depth, the intensity of it. And so for us to just take one image or two and recycle those images, and I don't know, it just, I don't understand how people are just so okay with it. Like, like most people. I know that everyone who looks at my stuff, they feel the same as me. But usually like when I first was like exploring like every day, like it became an everyday thing. And I was like getting intensely into exploring stuff and going way deeper than like I thought I could. It's wild because if we do this, it's the thing people are afraid of in conspiracies. It is the snake eating its own tail. It is consuming yourself. So it's not you, you're consuming humanity. So if you think of us like interfaces, which sometimes people don't get it, but it's important to understand. If you're a human interface, you're not a plant interface, you're not an animal interface, you have specific ways that you are able to express. And that expression, I'm going to do a class about that with expression and creation. I'm going to do a whole class. That's the next one. It's if we don't understand our place, because it's not really a place, how we filter through or what this little interface does, we're going to keep thinking that we have to look at the things that other humans have created, right? We think we have to be in those structures when you don't. You can and you can enjoy some of those because some of them are amazing, right? But like I feel like even when people do, they're not enjoying it. Another thing that I go into detail is the I forgot his name. the guy who sees the lady or whatever. This is borrowed symbology. It's not, he's having an experience and he's relating it to something that someone else had an experience. And I know that society, especially like, you know, things like Mall World and things like that, when they bring these things up, their first go-to is, how cool is it that other people are doing it? And to me, I don't think that's cool. What's cool is that people have an experience. I want to know what that person's experience was for real. I don't want to know how close it is to someone else's. Because if it's close to someone else, you're trying to fit your experience into that one. Or you surround yourself by the same symbols as these people that are limited, and you only think it can be that. And so we all miss out, not just that person sharing. That person sharing misses out on true connection with another being. And then the other people, because you're basically, it's fake, right? Because everything that's human made it's fake, it's cute, they're art projects. But if we connect to each other and talk to each other about our experiences and what's happening within us when we talk about those experiences, we are truly connecting, we are truly collaborating. And then the other person watching that, like for example, a lot of TikTok content, that person's missing out as well. They're hearing something from someone that already exists in a book that's probably better written. Why would you want to watch a TikTok video that doesn't have very much, or have a picture that's all pixelated, when that person doesn't even encourage you to go read more about it in that context? Because even that would probably inspire someone to go within, but it won't, because they're stuck on that scary conspiracy, and scary means missing information, by the way. Just like how missing information equals a feeling of fear, the same thing goes for all these symbols. So when we have tiny grainy pictures, or someone's talking about something very tiny and they keep rotating it over and over again, the Crystal Palace is one of them also. That means that there's missing information. There's missing interpretations and beautiful context that we're missing out on. So anyway, being in that Egypt trip, I also have more things that happen that I talk about, very surprising things, like the Ogdode. I don't know how to say it with a English accent, because it's like, obviously they change it probably to Greek and then to English, right? But yeah, I talk about how it's something I'm going to explore myself so that I can share with you guys. And I'm sure it's probably important, because when those things come up, it's always that. But yeah, you can stay tuned for that. But in that class, you can see it. I'm not sure if I'm going to post clips of the class, that part. I won't post the first one because it's a voice only. And then the other one's a video, because I show something I made with symbols. And then the next part's like a written thing that you can write. So yeah, so I don't know if I will post it. We'll see how it goes. But at the moment, I like talking about it. I do have to say before I go, I am missing the lives, but I am finding a way to do that again. And I don't know how, because I tried all last year and it was very weird. And so if you guys have any ideas of how you can show up to a live and what would be good of that, and consistent, not just like a one-off, like consistent things. Like maybe I can set it or whatever like that. But other than that, you guys can book a session with me, or you can ask me questions on here and I can do a video reply. But yeah, I miss that back and forth with you guys. So yeah, let me know. This is for, if anyone got this far, hopefully that is something that you'd like to do. Anyway, yeah, bye. I have classes as well, like not just like those classes. They're every I usually do them on Sundays, and I do them on like they're a part of the Patreon thing. So if you're interested in that, that's kind of like a live that everybody chooses to go to. So and it's related to the workbook. So get a workbook and you can come and join us. You get it right away as soon as you get a workbook. Okay, bye.